they're doing it. They're doing it well. Arsenal didn't predict that.
Represent Crazy Strays out of Brooklyn.
Exactly.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to the Macaulay and Rory podcast. We are back with another episode. I think this is episode number 17. Hopefully I've got that right. I think I'm right there. But yes, welcome to you guys. Thank you for listening, whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple, Audio Boom, Amazon, Deezer, all that good stuff. Thank you for joining us. Or even watching. If this part of the podcast has made it to one of our YouTube channels, you might be watching as I say this. I'm here with Rory, who's buzzing as Chelsea have made it 4-0 against Spurs. Moving like Mayweather right now.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Isn't it huge? I mean, it's you're right. In the season, it's 4-0, but in the month, it's 3-0. I mean, we've beaten them twice in 2 weeks. I mean, it's truly sensational. And do you know what? I'm a little bit annoyed with myself because I started to doubt, not necessarily my club, but I started to worry about Tottenham. I started to doubt my beliefs around Tottenham. I started to question: are they gonna be able to end their hoodoo, or the hoodoo that we have over them? Are they going to change that? Are they no longer Spursy? Is Antonio Conte going to change the culture of that club? Do you know what? These performances that they put in at Stamford Bridge, they were so poor.
Manchester United did win this weekend. 1-0 win over West Ham. We left it well and truly late, 93rd minute. Marcus Rashford now has as many 90-plus minute winners, more 90-plus minute winners than anyone in Premier League history, with 4, which feels like it's too little, that, doesn't it?
Yes, I would have thought it would be more, yeah.
Yeah, but like he's got 4. If I remember them correctly, one was against Hull. One was this one. Oh.
I mean, this one was huge.
I'm not going to do it to myself. This
one
is huge.
This one was huge because West Ham would have been well happy with the point. It was that kind of game as well. It was ready for a point. You know, it was all set for everyone to go, oh, you know, draw was probably a fair result. It's a bit of a nothing game. And then bang, everything changes. All the forward players combine. It was a really big pivotal win for Manchester United because slightly a 6-pointer. Slightly taking points off West Ham is also beneficial.
Well, yeah, they had a game in hand on us. No, wait, we had a game in hand on them, but then we beat them, which means we go ahead of them, and we've still got that game in hand. So it kind of swings around nicely. And it does damage their hopes a little bit, especially with the Europa League coming up. West Ham will still be handy, but I do think that kind of discounts them from the 4th spot
unless
race.
They sign. I think this is a very bold statement, but I'm going to go with it, and I think it's true. Unless West Ham United make some big signings in this window, and there's 7 days left of the window, they're not making it. They're not going to qualify for the top 4. They're just too threadbare. They don't have enough. So until they sign someone, it's not going to happen.
If they gave us Declan Rice, we'd definitely make top 4. He's so good, you know. And I have to admit, I was about 2 years ago when he was getting hyped and linked to United for 80 million, 100 million pounds. I remember saying, this guy's not worth it.
Oh, yeah. Didn't Rio Ferdinand reply to you about that?
West Ham beat us at the Olympic Stadium, and Declan Rice liked my picture from the away end or something, and I just thought, that's so snide, but so good at the same time. But I was wrong, and I'm happy to admit when I was wrong. I think he's absolute quality, and I think he walks into our midfield with his hands behind his back. I think he walks into a lot of midfield. You know, I think
Declan Rice plays for any team in the world.
City, I think he'd play for them. I think he'd play for Chelsea, Liverpool.
I mean, Fernandinho's coming to an end, isn't he? So he definitely gets in that. He definitely gets in that squad. Whether he's better than Rodri is a debate that we don't need to have. But he definitely is in their squad. He plays for any team in the world. He's a brilliant footballer.
And I think getting him would really help what we need to do.
But
I
that
think
win for you,
we'd have trouble getting him though. That win was massive. Let's talk about the win, because if we didn't win that, I was ready to say done. I don't think we get top 4, especially when you look at the games in hand that Spurs have and all those kind of things. I just didn't feel we'd be able to do it after that, especially how demoralising it would have been as well. Because the performance, and I know when you win 1-0 like that, everyone's buzzing, and it's hard not to be buzzing because you've won like the last kick of the game. The whistle went as soon as they kicked off again after that. The whistle went. It was the last kick of the game. It's the best feeling in the world. But actually, talking about that, I never got to experience the best feeling in the world, because
Beating
I was
Tottenham 4 times in the same season.
No. I was convinced it was offside.
Oh, really?
Bro,
See, that's horrible.
so-
VAR again, isn't it?
So basically, what happened was, because where I'm sat in the Stretford end, I'm looking at the play, so I'm looking to my right. So what I can see on my left, I can't really see that defender on my left. So when Cavani's gone and Martial's delayed the pass, I've gone, he's offside now. He's passed it across, we've scored. Everyone's gone mad around me. I've kind of celebrated, but I'm kind of going to my brother, yo, I think this is offside. The geezer behind me is jumping on me. I've gone to him, bro, I think this is offside. Like, yo, I'm not sure. And it took a while, and then we get it. And it's like, I did celebrate once we got given, and everyone kind of starts gooning again,
horrible,
but it's not the same. It's not the same. No. And I was kind of, I wish I just...
All you want to do in that situation is really quickly look across to the linesman, make sure there's no flag, and then
none of that.
None of that, and then go mad. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, but it was so worth it.
What do you reckon to Rangnick? Because it's getting to the stage. Like, I don't particularly rate Rangnick. I don't think he's done a particularly good job, and I'm not sure that we've seen the improvement that we anticipated that we would see. But the results and the movement up the table, it's there, isn't it?
I think we have
really. The movement
seen the
there.
improvement. I think it's been... You know why I think we've seen an improvement? Okay, we've not seen the improvement we expected. This kind of whole...
Yeah, the Gerrard at Villa, or the that
Klopp
proper,
kind of, that... I know Klopp took a while, but just we're not seeing that kind of football yet. But remember how defensively poor we were when he came in? We were really badly leaking goals left, right and centre. And he changed things up. He had Lindelof and Varane together, which I think was working well. Brings in Maguire again at the weekend. We keep another clean sheet. We didn't really give West Ham much of a sniff. They had a few opportunities from set pieces and stuff. I thought Varane was excellent again alongside Mikel Antonio. And we've started keeping clean sheets. He's gone back to a midfield 3 now. Instead of that 4-2-2-2, he's gone to a midfield 3. Bruno's dropped deeper into a number 8. He's now scoring goals and getting assists again and looking like his old self. And I think, look, everyone knows my opinions on McTominay and Fred, but in the last couple of games, they've been doing their part. Do you know what I mean? At times, they still get overrun at times. They still get outworked. They don't show for the ball when we need to at times. But in the second half, McTominay was a lot better. In the first half, Declan Rice had him on toast. And in the second half, it was a lot better. But you kind of seen players in their best positions. I think that 4-2-2-2, you had Ronaldo and Bruno kind of like in the front 2. Sancho and Rashford really narrow, but they were supposed to be wide. It didn't work, I don't think. I think this is getting more of our players in their best positions. And he's got his substitutes wrong over the last couple of weeks, and he got them right. Like he just threw on everything. Like he just
do you know what, Adam? I don't know if that's necessarily getting it right. Needing a goal with 10 minutes to go at home in a must-win game, and launching on 4 strikers and Bruno Fernandes behind them. I mean, I'd be a good manager if that's management.
The reason why I said it's right, because I feel in other games his substitutes haven't come.
He left it late. I thought though he left it late. He left it too late, really.
Maybe it was. Maybe the euphoria has made it appear different in my memory. But I felt like the changes were the ones. Martial should be potentially starting games, but then he doesn't want to be here, so you don't deserve to start games. Anyway, great result. Now with 4th, especially the results that followed, Spurs losing, Arsenal. I'm feeling more confident.
Going into a Premier League break as well. It's always very important to... we're not going to play a Premier League game now.
You know what's bad, yeah? I want to ask you this. After the game, I said I think Spurs get top 4 on the kickoff. And then Bry went, I think United get top 4. And I started thinking to myself, I actually agree with Bry. I think it's just because I'm nervous that I'm saying I don't think we'll get it. But I think...
Manchester United is certainly... Listen, if you were to place a bet, you don't bet against Manchester United when they're up against Tottenham. Like, if you think Tottenham are the alternative, obviously Man United get there. The problem is, are Tottenham still Tottenham? If Tottenham are the Tottenham that we know them to be, if the definition of Tottenham is Tottenham, then they're not going to make it, and Man United are going to be fine. The question is, has Antonio Conte redefined the club?
Yeah.
Basically, it's Manchester United. If it's Manchester United versus Tottenham, it's obviously Man United win. If it's Rangnick versus Conte, maybe it's a different story.
Do you know what's a big difference though in games? And look, I know we're talking about a Spurs team that did incredibly well against Leicester, but it's Leicester, and they've been prone to doing that. When you throw on Cavani and that, when you've got that in you, when you got Cavani getting thrown on and potentially Marshall and Rashford's on the bench, and you can change games up in an instant. And I think that is what's giving us the edge at the minute. Like if Arsenal had Rashford on the bench, they beat Burnley. You know what I mean? Like
I agree.
It's as simple as that. They beat. In fact, Lacazette's not starting, Rashford's starting, but they change the game.
And when you're looking at the Tottenham bet, like if you think about the players that Manchester United have at their disposal to bring on, when you think about the players that Tottenham could have brought on against Chelsea, it was their bench was like Emerson Royale, that Joe Rodon, that keeper Golini, Skip, the one half
Rodon experience.
The Rodon experience. The one that always makes me laugh is that Golini. The one. In fact, when people end up doing a job where their name is like perfect for the job. Yeah. He's a goalkeeper called Golini. A bit like Kepa Arrizabalaga. He sounds like a keeper, doesn't he?
But Golini also sounds like a ref.
Yeah. He sounds a bit Kalina, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, look, Manchester United have better players. Manchester United are a bigger club. Manchester United are a better club. The history of Manchester United tells you they make it. The only fly in the ointment from Man United here is Antonio Conte.
You know what, though? We're playing badly and we're getting results.
Yeah, which is a sign
Spurs are playing well and they're dropping points. We say dropping points.
They dropped points this weekend, and they didn't play well in that game.
Yeah, they didn't. But they've got some. We've got a couple of good fixtures now, and then we've got a run of it, and I think it features like Man City, Leicester, Arsenal, Liverpool. Like it's got like, and then if we get through that, and we're still 4th or 5th, I think we get it.
Yeah, Tottenham have got Tottenham in a couple of games. They play Wolves and then Man City. They play Wolves, Man City, Leeds. Depending on how they get on, almost Wolves.
You fancy Wolves now to mix it up, don't you?
Wolves are wicked. Wolves are absolutely wicked.
Guess who predicted them to go down?
Me.
And me.
You as well, yeah. But do you know why I said that? Because I had some Wolves fan on a TalkSport show that I was doing, and the Wolves fan went, I think we're going to go down. So I went, all right, if he thinks it, if he thinks they're going to go.
I went at one point, there's going to be a big team that goes down. And I should have said Burnley, but I said Wolves.
Well, look, do you know who the big team that could go? Everton.
We'll talk about that in a bit. Let's finish this top 4 chat. So we both starting to think United could get it. So are our predictions the same top 4 as last year then?
I'm gonna go Tottenham, and I'm not going Tottenham. I don't want Tottenham to do it. I want United to do it. Well, if I'm being totally honest, I want Wolves to do it, but I think that's a bit optimistic. But I just think Conte will spend money in the next 6-7 days, and I think that he will get that team into the top 4.
And if he doesn't spend money, that'll probably be
they'll probably leave.
The start of the downfall of
Conte
pulling his hair out again.
Yeah.
Or pulling his wig off.